Hi everyone, I'm Arjun. I'm a rising sophomore at Saratoga High School. You might have seen me running around during intermission with this on because I'm too afraid to take it off. And so for my starter project, I did the TV Be Gone kit, which uses infrared rays so that when a button is pressed, the TV will turn off. And I actually tried this on my dad and he got quite mad. It was fun. And for my main project, as you can see, I'm doing a gesture-controlled RC car, which uses commands from the glove to move the car in any direction. And so now it's time to I'll show you how this works. So to explain how this works, there are two parts. The glove, which I'm connecting to power right now, and the chassis. And on the glove, as you can see, there are these 4 flex sensors, which control different movements. So right now I'm going to move it forward. Now I'm going to move it backwards. I'm going to move it left. And I'm going to move it right. And I'm going to close the claw, and I'm going to open the claw. So those are all the commands that works with my robot. And so let me start on the glove, like I said. There are 4 flex sensors here which sense resistance when you bend them. Resistance increases as you bend and it decreases as you make it straight. And so what I've done is I've coded this so that when the flex sensors are bent in a particular way that I wanted them to, like these 2 would be backwards, these 2 would be forward, etc., it's read by the Arduino and passed on to the chassis. But if you've noticed, this is wireless connection, so how do I do that? And that's using the NRF modules. And what these modules do is that they have their own wireless connection that they both work with each other. And so that's how I pass on the command to the chassis. And from here it goes into the Arduino, which either sends the command to the motor to make it move, or the glove with the servo motor to make it open or close. And while working on this, as Laura mentioned, I've had a lot of troubles, and as you can see, that's why I kept it on. I was afraid of something else going wrong, but throughout all these troubles, I had one that really stood out, and I think this was like my hardest trouble, which was actually just getting the servo to work. Because for the longest time, it would heat up until it was like to the point where I almost thought my entire circuit was going to burn, and it did once. But eventually I figured out, through like asking instructors and like looking online, that I added these voltage regulators and capacitors that help regulate the flow of the voltage coming from the battery, and as you can see, the servo opened and closed smoothly like it did, which is the result of this. And while doing this, I learned a lot, not just about like the mechanical aspect, but also like just how to research on your own. Because one thing that I like is actually the instructors, they don't give you the answer. Because if they did, I would have been done with this in 4 weeks instead of 6. What they do is they encourage you, like they'll give you suggestions, like suggestions on what to search up on Google or websites to go to. They give you different types of ideas that you could do to find your answer. And in the end, it's you finding the answer on your own and going back and telling them, hey, I got the answer, instead of them telling you, and it's just their project then. And that's what I think really makes this, that's what made me really happy with my Bluestamp experience. The fact that I can own this project and be like, yeah, they did give me suggestions, but in the end, I was the one who found the answers, and I was the one who troubleshooted, and I was the one who got it working on demo night. And, yeah. And so that's why I really like the Bluestamp experience, and I felt that if I did the same project at home, I would have run into troubles that I would have not been able to come back from. Thank you for listening. Does anyone have any questions?
Why did you choose to use a glove rather than like a controller or something?
Because, I mean, when I saw this project before I started, I didn't do any research, I just saw like the video of the glove moving with the robot, but also with the flex sensors, so I wanted to use the sensors because they're like a main part of this project, right? Like getting the, because it's supposed to be like your hand controlling it, right? And if it's a controller, it's a bit different because it's buttons instead of like this, right? So with if I want to use the sensor that's bent, I felt there's no really other way to bend something other than to like be like your fingers and bend them. And, yeah.
If you had a chance to add on to your robot, what would you add on to it?
Yeah, so what I would do is actually on the on my glove here, I would add an LCD screen to make like a visual experience, so that if it's moving forward or backwards, the screen could print moving forwards and moving backwards. Because like in real life scenarios, or maybe this robot is going and doing something and you can't exactly see it, at least you know what it's doing.
Great.